dear. Sorry, I'm very sorry, viewers. The lighting is appalling. I should have gone outside. Why didn't I go outside? Absolutely useless lighting. The lighting in this house is appalling. Very sorry.
These are a few light bulbs, that's
No.
all. Go and get them.
No, I need lighting. Don't listen to her. She's talking a load of old rot. So she said she would be quiet and she's not going to join in. So please don't join in with the ranting about the lighting. No, I need to sort the lighting out. The lighting is awful. I would have been better off being outside. I'm very sorry. I should probably go outside. Let's perhaps consider relocating. I don't know if anyone's here yet anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I could go outside. I think it might be better, to be honest. I don't like this lighting one bit, no. So sorry, I'm going to move outside. I will have to move outside.
I mean, what am I going to do?
You can stay there. I'm going to move. I'm on the move. I'm on the warpath. I'm on the move. So, yeah, I've got to go outside and here we go. We're moving around. You're going to see a bit of this house. So off we go. Yes, it's better to be outside because the lighting is far better. So no, I don't need to be sat inside on a day like this. No, it's much better. I sit here, here, much better. So just give me a moment to get all my little bits of instruments. Oh dear. No, it's terrible to do this program because you don't ever get to see anything until you start the program. So the lighting is a disaster. So I will be with you in 1 second. Just give me 1 second to get all my things. It's so much better having lighting. Please don't start. Why do you have to ruin my program every time? Every time. You want to ruin it.
Thank you.
Right. Hello. Yes. And here we are. So we've got plenty to talk about tonight. Lots of different topics. And yes, here we are. So much better when I'm outside. Precisely. It looks much better. It's a much better backdrop. And, there we go. So here we are. Is anybody there? Is anybody here? Is there anybody here? Is anybody here? There's 21 of you, allegedly. I've just got to go and get all the other notes. Just give me a moment. So I didn't anticipate this because her advice was that we did this inside. But, well, she doesn't know anything about technical procedure. But anyway, she means well. She's trying to help, but she's not being very helpful in that regard. It's much better when I do it out here. So here we are sitting in the green grass. And sadly, we have very bad news tonight. We have a very injured bird in the garden. Another bird has arrived. Some Germans arrived and they banged on the door. Two young people, Herman and Hilda, or whatever they were called. Lovely little people, very young. And they said, there is a bird in the street and it has been bleeding neck and it has broken wing. And I said, oh, right. I don't know why they all think I'm the bird man of Port Grimaud or Saint-Tropez or whatever, but they all seem to think I'm the person in charge of birds. So anyway, this poor little bird, I managed to get it into a bag because I don't want to touch it because you mustn't touch a bird because obviously the other birds then sense the human touch and then they kill it. So we got it here and we got it into the neighboring garden and it's sitting there. But it's very, very bad. It's not going to probably recover, this poor bird. So it's very, very sad. I'm in a huge pain today myself. Yeah, my ribs are pretty bad, poorly. But Yesterday was better, but today is not so good. But anyway, the nasty Nav has been summoned to a meeting. Put it that way. He will be dealt with appropriately at the meeting, and it would just be a little bit of a lesson for him. He will be taught some manners, and that's all he's going to be taught. But his father has been telephoned by somebody very significant, and his father, of course, made up he didn't know anything about it, of course, because that's what people like that do, isn't it? You go around beating people up, and you think you can get away with it. Well, not when you know people like me. So there we go. Not very nice. Anyway, we don't care about him. He's a total irrelevance. He's a total twit. He's a nitwit, and he's a piece of moron. So there we go. Um, Here we are in the lovely evening of the summer sun, and it's nice to be outside. And I've got one little bird. Here we are. I don't know if I can show you the little bird. There you go. There's the little bird having its little bath for the evening. That's a different bird. Obviously, it's not the bird that's been injured, but the bird that's been injured is sitting in the neighbouring garden, and it's terrified. It's very upset. But I have given it water, and I don't know what else to do because I don't know any animal sanctuary here or anything that can come and help it, but it does need to be helped. But I'll try and find the animal sanctuary later. I think that's probably the best thing I can do is ring an animal sanctuary and have it taken away because, quite frankly, it's been attacked so badly by the other birds, and they're all very. Once they sense death, they go for you. They're very vicious, these seagulls. They're not loyal to one another. No, they're very, very disloyal. But these ones here, all they want is the water. They've had water all day long. I've had 3 or 4 of them here all day long. So there we go. What do I think of P. Diddy? We'll come to that. I'll come to that later. P. Diddy, yep, I'll talk about that. And I'll talk about Rachel Reeves, the crying little pathetic woman that is Rachel Reeves. Yes, I've always said it. She will be the first to be sacrificed. She will go. You mark my words. Keir Starmer, the former Hammer, will get rid of Rachel Reeves, the Queen of Thieves, because she will be the easiest target to blame. So she will be the first to go. So you witnessed a crow snap up a baby starling last week. It was horrible. Oh dear. Says Jules D. And Mr. Con Carnage, we have a stranded monk jack in our garden. Left some water out for it, but it can't seem to find its way out of the gate. Oh dear. Well, that's not very nice. Well, I've got this little bird, and I don't know what to do about it. But I don't know what. Well, I'm going to try and find out if there's a local animal sanctuary of some form, and they can come and perhaps rescue it. But the poor thing needs to. What do I think is going on with Rachel Reeves? Rachel Reeves is the Queen of Thieves. She's a total disgrace. She is an appalling chancellor. She is doing a very bad job. She is absolutely useful. She's as much use as a chocolate teapot, and we don't need people like that operating in the British economy. She's hardly Ken Clarke, is she? He was a brilliant chancellor. She's hardly Norman Lamont, and I love Norman. Norman's a lovely man, and great people who've been chancellor prior to her. She doesn't even sit in there on their cushion. Stupid woman. She should be parked back in the barn. She is a fool. She's a fool and she's an idiot. She's an absolute appalling piece of waste of space. No good for anybody. We don't like Rachel Reeves, Queen of Thieves. No. So, no, I'm not a fan of her. Absolutely not. Right, did I see the P. Diddy news? P. Diddy, okay, you want my view on P. Diddy? Okay, I can give you my view on him. Yeah, how convenient that they parked all the most of the charges and just let him off got him on one. Think Al Capone, same thing, really, isn't it? Nasty piece of work, and they just get him on one weird thing, one weird charge. He's a horrible man. Mark my words. Piece of rubbish. But, he'll probably get 5 years in jail, I reckon. I think that's probably going to be about the sentence. My friend from the Daily Mail and I were discussing it earlier. It's a ridiculous state of affairs. P. Diddy is a revolting, horrible piece of creep. He's a creepy, revolting, horrible, vile, rubbish piece of junk. But he got away with it, most of it. So what was that jury thinking? Are they born in a barn? Are they stupid? Look, I believe many people who I campaign for are innocent, who should not be in jail. But I don't think this P. Diddy should have been cleared in the way he was. No, 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 no. Absolute load of old rot. He's disgusting. There was plenty of evidence against him. Absolutely shocking that he's been cleared on all these things. I don't know. Who are this jury? A bunch of fools? Were they born in a barn? Were they born in the car park? Were they born in the funny farm? Are they funny in the head? What's wrong with these bloody people? Are you dumb? Well, you're an absolutely useless jury, that's for sure. You're an absolute bunch of shockers. Shame on you. Shame on the lot of you. Absolutely appalling. Yes, he's vile, precisely. He'll probably get out on bail now because he awaits sentencing, says Giorgio. Probably, yes, who knows? This little rat will get away with it. Another rat. Another rat that beat the system just because he's rich. He's got good lawyers. Oh, well. And then we've got Lucy Letby. Now, Lord Sumption, Nadine Dorries, all the rest of you, David Davis, all you horrible people who have defended Lucy Letby, and now she faces further charges. How do you explain that one away, you bunch of pillocks? You are a bunch of idiots. Lucy Letby is a wrong'un. She wrote a letter saying, I am evil, I did it. Why would you write such a letter if you're an innocent person? Don't tell lies. So, Nadine Dorries, Lord Sumption, David Davis, Peter Hitchens, you're another pillock. Can't stand you. And your brother was a wonderful friend and lovely man, but you're boring as hell. You're awful. And all the rest of you who are banging on about Lucy Letby being innocent. Lucy Letby, if she were black, you'd all be you wouldn't be supporting her. You support her because she's the blonde, blue-eyed little girl, white girl who looks like Miss Innocent. She is a baby slaughtering monster. She is a massacrer. She's an evil piece of toe rag, and she's been convicted already of all of those crimes. And now she faces perhaps another 10 charges. And if she's convicted of those 10 charges, I expect every single one of you to offer a full apology. Lord Sumption, Nadine Dorries, David Davis, Peter Hitchens, and all the rest of you. All of you horrible, stupid people who have jumped on a bandwagon just because she's a white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. Shame on you. Shame on you for what you've done to those poor families of those people, those poor children who were killed by that nasty, evil woman. She murdered. She's one of the worst child killers in Britain. She's one of only 4 prisoners whose life means life. And she deserves it. She's a rotten piece of toe rag. And you are a bunch of apologists. Shame on you, Nadine Dorries, especially. I can't stand you, you nasty, evil woman. You are a vile piece of toe rag. You're the worst. You're the very, very worst of all of them. Out of all of them, you are the very most disgusting. How could you do this as a mother? You have children yourself, and you attack those families by the words that you use in favor of Lucy Letby, the child massacrer. You are revolting. You're ridiculous. You revile. I'm reviled by you. I think you're disgusting. You are one of the worst people on the planet, Nadine Dorries, and I really can't stand you. You disgusting, horrible, nasty piece of toe rag. You're entitled to your opinion, of course, and I can't stop you having an opinion, but your opinion belongs in the dustbin, rather like your political career. Because where is your political career? Over. You are the weakest link. And as my friend Anne Robinson would say, goodbye. So bog off, Nadine Dorries. You are the most disgusting woman on the planet at the moment for supporting Lucy Letby, who is about to be charged perhaps with a few more murders. Lovely that you support a murderer. What class act you are. You really are the queen of grim. That's what you are. You're a shameful disgrace and a stain on humanity, Nadine Dorries. I really detest you. You're the very worst of the lot. And as for you, Lord Sumption, I thought better of you. You actually have some wise views on other matters, but on this particular case, you're an absolute burk. So you can bog off too. You can shove it up your jumper, Lord Sumption. You're an absolute fool. So I don't like you anymore either. So bog off. I don't like you. Yes. Remember when vile Owen Jones defended Hugh Edwards? Precisely, yes. This is what they do. These famous people like to defend their own, don't they? And then when it all goes wrong, they go, oh, well, we're sorry, we got it wrong. Has Owen Jones ever apologised for defending Hugh Edwards? Hugh Edwards, the paedophile? Convicted paedophile? No, of course he hasn't. Owen Jones never apologises for anything, does he? Owen Jones, the prize bellend. Yes, totally agree with that. Yes. They're saying Lucy Letby didn't get a fair trial. Well, now Lucy Letby faces further charges, Anne of Cleavers. So Lucy Letby is facing actually further charges. So she may be facing another trial for further murders. So go and deal with that one before you say any further. But anyway, we've got lots of birds here. They're going a little bit bonkers. Oh my God. We've got now 3 small birds and 1 big bird. And then we've got the other bird in the garden. Oh my God. We have a problem with birds. We've got lots of birds. Please excuse the noise of the birds. So, should we not just allow the accused to go directly to jail? No, people should be going to trial, but Lucy Letby has been found guilty in her case, so she is a guilty person. Until she's proven otherwise, she's a guilty person. So that's a ridiculous question. Watch and report. No. No, she has been convicted of a number of cases, 7 cases at least before, so she's guilty. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Your point is completely invalid, completely ridiculous. Let's be honest. You're entitled to your view, but she is a convicted criminal. She is a convicted criminal. That's why she's in prison. For goodness sakes, she is a guilty person. She has been found guilty of murder. Are you dumb? I don't understand. You say so has Jeremy Bamber. Well, yes, Jeremy Bamber is a guilty person currently. Jeremy Bamber's guilty, but I campaign for Jeremy Bamber to have an appeal. because I believe Jeremy Bamber to be innocent, but I don't believe Lucy Letby to be innocent, so I'm not interested in Lucy Letby. As far as I'm concerned, Lucy Letby should rot in hell forever because she's a very guilty person. Jeremy Bamber, the evidence was contaminated and the treatment of him was appalling. So I support Jeremy Bamber. Do go and read the article from the New Yorker by Heidi Alexander. It might educate you. Please go and do that before you give me a lecture about Jeremy Bamber. Jeremy Bamber and people like Omar Benguit, who, if he would have admitted his guilt, he would have been out of prison by now. I support people like that because they are decent people who have been wrongly convicted. There are people in prison who should not be in prison. Look at Andrew Malkinson. He was wrongly sent to prison and he was removed. Lucy Letby, I have not one interest. I've not 1 second of interest in Lucy Evil Letby. Lucy Letby is one of the most revolting, horrible. She's like Rosemary West. But you all like her because she's white. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes, and she looks nice. She looks like the nice girl from the neighborhood. Oh, for goodness sakes. She's a child-killing monster. And those poor families lost their children. Why don't you have some sympathy for those poor families who lost their children? Shame on the lot of you who would defend her. I can't stand you people. I think you're disgusting. So don't you have a go at me. If you want to have a go at me, get off my channel. Get out of my pub. As Peggy Mitchell would say at EastEnders. Get out of my pub. Precisely. Nana says Lucy did not have a proper defense. Oh, what a load of rubbish. You talk a load of rubbish. You're entitled to your view, but go shove it up your jumper. What a total lie. No, I don't like Lucy Letby, and I will not be defending Lucy Letby ever. I think Lucy Letby, even if she's even cleared, I won't ever believe that that woman was innocent. She is a monster. She wrote those letters. Why do you write such letters? And I have many friends who've analysed that case who know a lot more about it than I do. And none of them think Lucy Letby is innocent. Lucy Letby, there are people in the world who are guilty of crime. Lucy Letby is one of them. Lucy Letby is a monster. She's evil, she's vile, and you all like her because she's just that nice little girl from next door who, she's been framed. You would have all supported, Amanda Knox as well, who, another one that's got away with it effectively, Amanda Knox. Do you really think, what about Meredith Kircher? Think about the victim. Always think about the victim, not the criminal. Amanda Knox, I wouldn't trust her with a bus ticket. No. Anyway, right. Anyway, you're entitled to your views. You are entitled to believe Lucy Letby is innocent. I cannot stop you thinking Lucy Letby is innocent. I've now got 3 little birds here and 1 bigger bird, and they're having their little supper. And then I've got the other bird round the corner that's, dying. Yes, Anna Cleavers thinks Amanda Knox is as guilty as sin. Yes, well, totally agree with you. Anyway, right. So here we are in the middle of the garden with all my little birds. And I'm sorry about the noise they're making, but they do like to make a noise. They like to join in with the program, don't you, little birds? So anyway, here you are. You can have a little look at the little birds. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. Quick look at the birds. Michael Barrymore never faced justice. Precisely. There's a piece of shameful disgrace. Stuart Lubbock was killed March 21st, 2001. And appalling thing that happened. And, 9 people went to a party and 8 of them lived. So what about justice for Stuart Lubbock? his poor father never saw justice during his lifetime. Sue Homan, the ex-wife, never saw justice yet, and nor did his children. So isn't that an appalling thing? And I like to support people who actually deserve to be supported, and that's why I support, Mark Alexander, who needs to get justice because he's wrongly imprisoned, Omar Benguet, Jeremy Bamber, people like that, and I believe Jeremy Bamber to be totally innocent. I was 40% convinced at the beginning, but now I'm 99% convinced. I do not approve of people who go around the world behaving in such a fashion as these bullies who write to me here. I should let it go regarding Nav. You feel sorry for me with my injuries. Okay, well, I'm not expecting anything to happen. I'm just his father's been summoned to a meeting. That's all, and it's nothing to do with me. I won't be present, and they'll just have a meeting, and they'll discuss how he'll make an apology, and that's what I want. I want an apology. That's all I need. I don't need anything else to happen other than an apology. Right. You're angry that Mick Philpott could be free this year on parole, says Darren. Well, I agree with you, Darren, if that's true. I didn't know this. I don't know what the situation with Mick Philpott is because I haven't read about it lately. But if that's true, that's appalling. That's absolutely shocking. Um, yes, the seagulls. Well, they just love the water. They love the fact I give them water, and they come here and they make them. They love crisps as well, but I've run out of crisps now, so they can't have any more crisps. They don't eat the fruit, and frankly, the fruit has been lovely in my cocktail. I'm going to share a video of my little fruit cocktail later that I made for Lady Min. She enjoyed that. You like the fruit cocktail? Oh, no, she's gone to sleep now. So anyway, she's asleep. But there we are. So okay, right. Yes, we have a multiple number of seagulls in the garden, but there we are. So yes, the parents. Well, we've got no. The mother is here tonight. The father was here earlier today, but the mother is here tonight. The mother loves the water as well, um, but they love me watering the garden, and I've done a lot of gardening today. I've been gardening since 6 a.m. and yes, Joanna was also assaulted on Sunday morning, Saturday morning, and oh dear. Oh well, I'm very sorry, Joanna. I hope you're feeling better, Joanna. Um, there we are. So yeah. As for watch and report, I don't know what you're talking about, but what are you going on about? Hmm. Right. I don't know what watch and report is going on about. Don't understand a word of what you've got to say. There we are. Anyway, for all the people who have been writing me very nasty messages, thank you very much. I appreciate your nasty messages. I love a troll. Thank you, trolls. Um, you don't scare me. I'm not interested. I stand up to bullies, so don't bully me. So the trolls, go away. Thank you, and goodbye to you. So cheers to you, and cheers to me, and definitely cheers to me because we disagree. So I won't be bullied by anybody. I don't like bullies. So the bullies out there, if you want to bully me, you don't scare me. I'm not interested. couldn't give a damn. So next question. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we don't really care about people like you. You're a load of rubbish. So we've talked about P Diddy. We've done a few other things. The Criminal Cases Review Commission, Mrs. Nella, she's been removed. I think it's a great thing that she's been removed from the Criminal Cases Review Commission. Who's bullying me? Oh, some awful person who keeps writing horrible comments. Awful, ghastly person. I don't know, boring. Some bore. Anyway, I just find it ridiculous to have to put up with these people. But do you know what you know what you actually do in the end of the day? Best thing to do is ignore it. Leslie S says, "Good morning from California." Well, just you in California. We love California, so we prefer that to talking about stupid, boring bullies from Basildon or wherever the bore is from. So, yes, most people here like you. Yes, well, I like most of you too. Biscuitek. Yes, we love you too. And there's over 111 of you on the thing, but that means there's lots more. But I don't know how it works. And there's 27 on the other thing. I don't know what that means. But anyway, there we go. So, yes. We've got our little birds here and they're enjoying the water. And we've got wonderful you as well. So here we are sitting here in the relatively good weather. She's sort of half asleep, well, totally asleep. So I can't do anything about her, but here we are. So, right. Did I enjoy my fish finger sandwich? Yes, I love fish finger sandwiches, but my friend Rex doesn't approve of my choice of condiment. He prefers tartar sauce, but I didn't have any of that. So I'll have to see if the local supermarket has some tartar sauce because I do love a bit of tartar sauce myself. So there we go. Now, a person is writing in pretending to be somebody connected with the nasty nav, so he will be blocked. Right, out. Get off this channel. Yeah, there we go. If he thinks he's being clever, he's not very clever. Not a very nice thing to do, nav with a Rolex. Right. So he's now trying to write messages to me. Not very nice. Whoever, Keeley, if you could please keep an eye on this Nav character and make sure he's banned from this channel, whatever messages he uses. He will probably use another voice to try and come in here. But I've got rid of the first one. So there we go. Yep. Well, what a creep. What a creep. Thank you, Keeley. Thank you. Anyway, we don't need him. Nasty Nav. He will never be forgiven by me. What a creep. Right. It could be someone just completely fake because it's quite possible. But anyway, there we are. So anyway, moving along. Let's talk about something else. Have you any more? Have you any questions on any topics? You like the better lighting outside and the background? Yes, it's much better to be outside, and I can sit out here for a little while longer, and then we'll do a quiz. So we can do a quiz tonight because I've got plenty of quizzes. So I don't know which quiz we finished off with last time because I get confused with all the quizzes because I've got quiz books galore because I've got hundreds of pages now. I've got over 105, I think. So have I been to Rome? Never been to Rome. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But there we go. So yes. Any more questions? Any more topics? Before we Did I ever get my computer fixed? Not yet. No, I've fixed my phone, but I've not fixed my computer. So I'm still on the borrowed computer, but it's very kind of Marcella, my lovely friend Marcella. Thank you, Marcella, if you're watching. The lovely Marcella is a lovely lady and very, very kind. She runs a brilliant business. If you ever need to rent a villa in the Saint-Tropez region, she's the person to go to. Ring Marcella. So I can always put you in touch with Marcella. So there you go. Right. What do I think of P. Diddy? You've already been down that route, but the man got away with it, and it's not correct. Right. How did my dinner drinks party go last night? No, we didn't have a dinner party last night. No, last night was a quiet night. The day before. Do I like pizza? From time to time, I like a pizza, but not every day. No, pizza is not my go-to choice of thing. Will I return to Saint-Tropez sometime? Well, I might go there tomorrow. Who knows? There we go. Empress videos. How's your ribs? Feeling any better? No, today is very bad. I'm in great pain. So, yeah, that little rat did a lot of damage to me, and I'm in great pain. So, yep, I'm on the painkillers, and I plod along. But have I ever been called up for jury service? Not yet in my life, but probably I won't be, given my connections with all sorts of criminal stories, will I? I don't think I would be considered a suitable person to do that. 6 weeks broken ribs. I've been told 3 months. So there we go. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's 12 weeks. But the pain is very bad today, and I'm like this when I go up and down the stairs. That's the problem. Anyway, I don't know who David is, but David seems to have all sorts of opinions. So there we are. Right. Have I finished all the big books you've sent me? Biscuitech, your lovely books. I've read a couple of your books. They're absolutely fabulous, and I'm going to send you a postcard. It's just various events intervened, and we haven't had chance to go to the post office, so I've got to get some stamps, which getting stamps here is a kind of weird thing. They don't just sell them in any old shop. You have to go to a particular post office, so I need to go to the post office. So right, okay. Well, I'm getting all sorts of very strange questions, so yeah, okay. I have been arrested, yes. I have been arrested in the past, definitely. Yeah, and cleared. I've never been convicted of a single crime in my life, so no, I've never been convicted of a crime. So no, I'm proud to say I've been arrested, but I've never been convicted. No. Thank you for your question. My answer is honest. I've been arrested, but not convicted. I've never been charged with any crime. I've never been charged with a single crime. So there you are. David, it's not an offence, and don't worry. Thank you, David. You're very polite. No, I have never been charged with a single crime. I have been arrested, yes. I think many of us have been arrested, but without being charged. There is no relevance to the. I have a restraint order against Sam Palmer, I have restraint order against Viscount St. David's. They have been criminally convicted of crimes against me. So, yes, I do have that. And this nasty Nav, if he doesn't shut his mouth, I will go after him as well. Nobody goes around beating me up and gets away with it. Sorry, not correct. So, David has been arrested too, but have I ever had a black eye? Well, I had a huge gash in my nose the other day, and I also had broken ribs, courtesy of Nasty Nav. So Nasty Nav is a nasty piece of work, isn't he? Yeah. Right. Okay. Anyway, so I think we'll do a quiz in a moment, but I'm just going to go and quickly get myself a little top up because I'm sitting here in the garden, and I think it's time I topped up my glass. Rachel Reeves cried in Parliament. Now, Rachel Reeves crying in Parliament. Would Margaret Thatcher have ever done such a thing? Could you imagine Margaret crying like a little baby? No. Could you even imagine Theresa May crying like a little baby? No. Even Liz the lettuce. And this little moron cried like a little baby. Oh, how nice for her. What the crying little whinge bag. Rachel Reeves, the Queen of Thieves, cries. The Queen of Crying is what she could be called now. What a crybaby. The crybaby queen. What a piece of junk. No, Margaret cried when she left Downing Street. That's different, Empress. But Margaret cried when she left Downing Street. She didn't cry in Parliament. She did not cry in Parliament. So you stand corrected. Not correct. Right. Anyway, my nose is healing. Yes, it is healing. It's getting better. Much better. So thank you. Mr. Lee Kicker cheered when she left Downing Street. Well, you don't like Margaret, so fair enough. But I love Margaret, and well, I still do, and I miss Margaret. So there you go. We won't agree on that, but you're entitled to your opinion, and but I beg to differ. But you see, I do allow differing opinions on my channel. You know, I've got four different seagulls here now. You know, I allow differing opinions. The seagulls' opinions vary too, because you know one likes the other and one doesn't like the other. That's why one of them's got a bloody broken neck. So there we go. So anyway, next. So I'm going to go and get my top up, and then I will do a quiz with you, and then we'll see where we go from there. So just give me one moment. You felt safe with Maggie at the helm. Well, Margaret was a wonderful Prime Minister, and Margaret was allowed to cry when she left Downing Street. Rachel Reeves should not be crying in Parliament. It's ridiculous. For goodness sakes. Pull yourself together, woman. Grow up. Man up. Show up. Shame on you. What's wrong with you, you village idiot? She is an appalling abomination on politics. We don't like Rachel Reeves, Queen of Thieves. You farmer harmer. You're a shameful piece of rubbish, and you are bringing shame on the Labour Party. And you know, I don't like the Labour Party, but frankly, you know, you've got a huge majority. Try better. Try to be better. You're useless. Crying? What are you? A silly little schoolgirl? Oh, you pathetic little waste of space, you silly little specimen. Crying in Parliament? Oh, for God's sake. Do your job. You are paid hundreds of thousands of pounds, you ridiculous woman. And you cry. Seriously? What is wrong with you? You are a waste of space, Rachel Reeves. Rachel Reeves, you need to resign. Quit. Quit before they come for you, because they are coming for you. Because you are the pits. You're the worst of the worst. You are the lowest of the low. You crybaby. The crybaby of Parliament. Seriously? What is wrong with you, Rachel Reeves? Are you dumb? Were you born in the funny farm? Are you the village idiot? Were you born in a barn? What is wrong with you? You are a disgrace, Rachel Reeves. Get out of this house. We don't need you in the Houses of Parliament. We don't want you as the Chancellor. You must go. It's time for Rachel Reeves to go. I shout, do I? Okay. You don't like me shouting about Rachel Reeves. Okay. Well, you must be some socialist fool. Fine. Okay, you don't like me. Mr. Lee Kicker says, don't slag off Rachel. I can slag off Rachel Reeves as much as I want. She is a disgrace. She is useless. She doesn't do her job. She's incompetent. Nicholas says Rachel is the fool guy. Oh dear, oh God. I don't understand why some of you people are defending Rachel Reeves. Rachel Reeves is the queen of thieves. She's an appalling woman. She doesn't do her job properly. She should get out of office. She should get out of the chair and let somebody decent get in the job. She's absolutely bloody useless. She's the incompetent. She's the idiot. She's the village fool. She is the twit. She's the nitwit. And she is grim and she's gross. We want Rachel Reeves removed. Let's throw Rachel Reeves under the bus. She must go. Rachel Reeves, Queen of Thieves, must go. We don't want her. Rachel slag off, says Mr. Lee Kicker. Well, I agree with you there, Mr. Lee Kicker. You finally said something sensible. Thank you. I totally agree with you. Throw her out. Slag off. Yeah. What can I do to convert my American wife to accept that the UK is superior in every single way? Well, America is not. UK is not superior to America at all. Britain is a total disgrace right now. It's run by a man called Keir Starmer, and it's a total dump, and it's completely ruined. So I don't agree with you. I would actually say America is superior to Britain, even though you've got your orange blob, but we've got our ghastly, horrible weirdo. Absolutely appalling. Yes. Rachel should go back to customer service in a bank. She's not qualified to be a chancellor, says Tallulah. Totally agree with you, Tallulah. You speak sense. Tallulah, you're the voice of reason. I like the voice of reason. Thank you for being the voice of reason, Tallulah. Tallulah, we salute you, Tallulah. Lovely name, by the way. I have a friend who's got a daughter called Tallulah, and she's a lovely lady as well. Tallulah Rendell, daughter of Liz Brewer. Lovely girl who sings and does lots of wonderful songs. You can't stand this government, says Nicola. Nicola, I agree with you. Cheers to that. Totally agree with you. You can't fight cage fight with Trump and Starmer. Well, they love one another, so there wouldn't be a cage fight. There'd be a cage love in. They might have a bit of a bromance or whatever you call it. Could get a bit, Anyway, anyway, we've got more birds arriving. We've got oh man, we've got three of them. Three young birds arriving. The birds are arriving. The young birds. Sadly, the poor little bird is just languishing by itself. Um, no. Anyway, right. Okay. Well, I'm going to get a little bit more white wine, and then I'm going to come back and do a quiz. So, anyway, the birds are behaving. Anyway, right, off we go. Here we go. Anyway, Lady Min says hello to you all. Lady Min, say hello.
Hi. Hello. Good evening.
She says hello and good evening. Go on, speak louder. Shout.
Hello.
Right, you get a hello from her. So there we go. She likes to join in from time to time. So anyway, we're moving along, and yes, Cliff Richard was at Wimbledon today. Oh, lovely! Isn't that the most awful thing that could ever happen? Could you imagine having him there? What a creep! Um, as my mother said to me today, and I had a lovely conversation with my mum. She said, when he's dead, everybody will come out with the truth, won't they? We always talk about Cliff. Cliffy is not Mr. Innocent. You watch. Watch and wait. He's never sued me. So come on, Cliff Richard. If you want to sue me, Cliff Richard, sue me now. Love to sue you. And, Nasty Nav, if you want to send me any more nasty messages on here, you get off. You are very stupid, Nasty Nav, because you're very stupid. So, yeah. My parents are still alive. Yes, of course they're still alive. Both of them are. My father's doing very well, and my mother's doing very well. My mother's been having a lovely party today. She does gardening, and she plays tennis, and she plays pickleball and all sorts of things. My mother is a very active lady, and she rides a motorbike, and she does lots of different things. Does my mum? My mum is a very active lady and she enjoys life, and she travels the world, and she's only just stopped being an academic, but she carries on doing other academic things because she's never going to give up, is she? Um, but my mum enjoys her life, and I think it's wonderful that people who are older continue to do things. And it's lovely that Lady Min here, every day she reads the newspaper and she educates her mind. It's great that people do things. My dad gets up in the morning. He's on the board of a couple of companies. He goes off horse racing. Today I've tried to ring. No answer, not even from the secretary. They're probably in Italy or they're somewhere else. But it's great that older people like my mother, my my mother and father are great, that they travel the world and they do things and they read books and they keep educated and they join in with things. And Lady Min here, she likes to read the Daily Mail and the Daily Telegraph. At least it gives her some brain education, because we all must keep our brains active. We must read every day. The reading is the best thing for you. So please tell your mother and father, whoever you are, or tell yourselves, keep reading. Don't read the Kindle. Don't read the iBook. Don't read the iPhone. Get yourself a book. Get yourself a newspaper. Read every day. That is my advice to you. Read and read and read a bit more, because reading is the source of life. And this is why Queen Camilla is such a lovely lady, because she is encouraging people to join book clubs. And book clubs, I think, are a wonderful thing. Book clubs, it's the way forward. Just read. You must read. Keep your mind active, because then you keep your life active, because then you don't lose your mind. Your mind must be kept active. And if my dad reads 5 books a week, and he's a very old man, my dad is a very ancient person. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say he's ancient because that's very rude, but he is an elderly man. He's a very, very elderly man, and he reads 5 books a week. That should be a lesson to you all. Learn to do what my dad does. My dad is ahead of the game because he reads 5 books a week. He's had a number of wives, and as it goes, a few of them went, but he's done all sorts of things in his life, but he is happy reading books, and that is a good thing to do. Read, read, read the Daily Mail or read a book. Whatever it is that takes your fancy. The Daily Express, even. If you want to really lower the tone. Okay, my great uncle worked for the Daily Express, but and he was in the Munich air disaster. But honestly, read a book, read a newspaper, read the Sun, read anything. Just get up in the morning and read. She wants Red Riding Hood. Well, I don't know. I give her books, but she doesn't read the books. So she will read the Daily Mail and she'll read the Daily Telegraph, but that's all we can get. And the Financial Times at the weekend, because that's the only paper we can get at the weekend. But anyway, once I'm gone from here, I hope she carries on reading, because reading is the thing. Right. You have a petition for someone called Dixie. I don't go around banning everybody, but I don't need people who are rude to me. So, I don't need people like Nasty Nav. Oh, you want this Dixie person reinstated? I don't know. Well, this Keeley lady, Keeley, lovely Keeley, you can reinstate this Dixie if we must. But I don't really need this person back. But no, I don't. I don't need people who are nasty to me on my channel. So sorry, I don't care. From time to time, some of these people do need to be banned. But if you want to bring this one back, Keeley, you can bring it back. But I don't care. But I don't really want to be particularly friendly with it. Right. Okay. So let's try and do a quiz. Now, I can't remember which quiz I did last with you. Was it the 101? I think it was. I think we've done that one. So we'll try 102. Are you ready for a quiz? Are you ready for a quiz? I have to move this all around because I've got to move. Right. Okay. Are you ready for a quiz? I'm going to push this in here because that makes me more comfortable. And okay, yes. Here we go. Are we ready for a quiz? You don't want the Dixie back. Okay. Don't free Dixie. Okay. Well, I don't know who Dixie is. I can't remember what Dixie did. I can't be bothered with all this political nonsense. If you like me, you like me. If you're part of my supporters, you were part of it. We've got 144 of you here, that allegedly, plus 41 of others. Lovely to have you all here, but I don't really care about little politics of silly people. Not really interested. Don't free Dixie, says most of you. Don't get her in, but I don't know. I can't remember who Dixie is. I've utterly forgotten. I don't know. Well, Dixie, whatever you did, and I don't know what you're going on about this Stevie D person. Just Please, just stop harassing me. Absolutely boring, not interested. So, no, actually, forget about these people. They're totally boring. Right, okay. Right. Stevie had a fire in his house. Well, I did say I'm sorry to hear he had a fire in his house. I remember saying that. It's not my fault that this person had a fire in their house, is it? That's not anything to do with me. So, what, why are you bringing that up? It's ridiculous. And now I've got these silly birds making a complete racket. And I don't know why they're making such a racket, but no, it's not my fault that his house burned down. What's that got to do with me? Was I the one who started the fire? Was I the fire starter? No. So why am I being blamed for someone having a fire in their house? That's nothing to do with me. I wasn't present. I don't live there. I don't live near there. I don't have any association to this fire. So please, I just said, I'm sorry you had a fire in your house. For goodness sakes. As Mr. XL says, we didn't start the fire. No, we didn't. I didn't start the fire. I'm sorry. How ridiculous that you are blaming me for a fire in someone's house somewhere in England where I'm not even in England. That is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. They're blaming me for starting a fire in someone's house. That's ridiculous. What a stupid thing to say. So, anyway, I don't want to be blamed. I did it by proxy. Oh, did I? Oh, I started this fire. I encouraged someone to do it, did I? I'm the incendiary device, am I? What a stupid thing to say. So please don't say any more about your silly fire, because I'm sorry. He had an electric fire in his house, it seems. Well, that's nothing to do with me, is it? Or did I press some magic button? Here I am. I'm like, some James Bond villain, and I can go, and I can start a fire in a house in England. Ooh, I'm a magical person, aren't I? I'm so good at doing such things. You are completely mad, whoever you are, blaming me for starting a fire. What a ridiculous thing to say. Absolute nuts. Me starting a fire? Oh, okay. Crazy. Right. Okay. We're going to start my quiz rather than. We didn't start the fire, but I'm going to start the quiz. So there we go. We're going to start a quiz. Right. Okay. The first question in your quiz. Now, please tell me if we've had this quiz before. The first question will be the identifier, because I don't know if we've had this because I haven't put a tick through it. I did put a tick through the previous one. Quiz number 102. In which year was the Daily Telegraph launched? No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No. It wasn't 1974 as she's shouting. It wasn't any of your answers. No, no, no. It wasn't 1950. It wasn't 1888. Who's the snitch gets the point. Who's the snitch? Well done to Who's the Snitch. It was 1855. Who's the snitch? It's hard for me to be writing with this thing. Right, okay, who's the snitch? You can have the point. It's 1855. So, um, right, okay. Which old soul trooper is associated with signature ballads, including The First Cut is the Deepest, I Don't Wanna Talk About It, Sailing, and Do You Think I'm Sexy? Which old trooper? He's been singing at Glastonbury? And the answer, of course, is Rod Stewart. So well done, Joyce Grove. Joyce Grove, you get the point, Joyce. Old Rod Stewart. My mother enjoyed listening to Rod Stewart. I can't stand Rod Stewart. He's not my kind of thing because I used to have to work for this American billionaire, and when he arrived in London, we used to have on repeat in the car Rod Stewart, so he could sing along to Rod Stewart. So I'm not a great fan of Rod Stewart because I used to have to listen to this ridiculous old man singing to Rod Stewart, which really was very off-putting. And you know, Sailing and Do You Think I'm Sexy was not very appealing when he sung it. And now we've got some of the boat people are coming back. Here's the boat people. Lots of people on the boat. They're probably completely drunk. Back on the boat. So, next question. Okay, how many 100,000 glasses of Pimm's are supposedly downed at Wimbledon annually? How many approximately glasses of Pimm's? How many 100,000? It's not 700. It's not 30. It's not 200. It's not 70,000. It's not 60,000. It's not 23,000. It's not 800,000. It's not 55,000. It's not 235,000. It's not 200,000. It's not 100,000. It's not 500,000. Right. 251,000 is the closest I've got yet. So I'll allow you the point. Matt, Luke, Ken. You can have the point because you're the closest. Matt, Luke. You're often good on a quiz. Right. But anyway, so just drop the quiz paper. It is actually 303,000 supposedly. Okay, what is the plant Nepeta has given its fragrance catmint? Sorry. What is the plant Nepeta known as, given its fragrance attracts cats? What is it known as, alternatively? Lois gets the point. Well done, Lois. It's catmint. 1 point to Lois. It's known as catmint. It also attracts bees and other pollinators. It's a plant that I would not want near this garden because, quite frankly, the evil cat digs up everything in sight. So we don't want the cat plant, do we? Because we don't want to attract the cat. And we've got enough trouble with these birds. And they are getting very busy, all the old birds. I don't know what they're whinging and whining about now, but they like joining in with our quiz. So, right, the next question. With which rapper once said, "Let's go dig up Maggie's grave and ask her where that milk went"? What was the name of the rapper who said that of Margaret Thatcher? An evil man. In my disgust, I think he's disgusting. It wasn't Eminem. No, Eminem is one of my favorite rappers. I love Eminem, as you all know. I'm a big fan of Eminem. I love Eminem, but I don't love Diddy and I don't love Stormzy. No, it was Bob Dylan. Yes, precisely, Bob Dylan. So the winner is Sandy D. Thank you, Sandy D. You get a point. Sandy D gets the point. Of course, he was nicknamed the Fresh Prince of Ipswich, and yes, his real name is Pascal Robinson Foster. He's a self-confessed provocateur, and he was at Glastonbury in 2025. And my mother was at Glastonbury, and my mother will not be going back to Glastonbury again because my mother found the anti-Jewish hatred to be utterly appalling. She said it was too political. She loves to go to Glastonbury for the music, for the lovely ambiance, and she didn't enjoy it this time. She found it to be offensive, political, and revolting. So my mother won't be returning to Glastonbury. Not that Glastonbury won't be happening anyway next year because it's on a what's called a fallow year, so it won't be happening. And the BBC, in their stupid articles, did not actually mention that it's not actually happening next year. It won't be happening next year. But my mother will not be going back because it's too political. And it's not very nice to turn something that's meant to be about music and enjoyment into something so political and so hateful against the Jewish state or the Palestinians or whoever. My mother is not pro-Israel. She's not pro-Palestinian, but she just didn't like the politics of it. She thought it was disgusting. And as a senior person, my mother has the right to express her opinion, and I totally agree with her. So I say my mother is right. We won't be supporting Glastonbury ever again. All these bloody festivals, they become so bloody woke. They're all woke, absolutely woke. And, I stand with J.K. Rowling. We don't tolerate the woke. We hate the woke. We are the anti woke campaigners. So, next question. Okay. Right. In which 2025 film does Scarlett Johansson star as Zora Bennett? 2025 film. It's just come out. It's not Jaws 2. No, it's not Your Mother's Wedding. Chili Karen gets the point. Well done, Chili Karen. Of course, it is Jurassic Park Rebirth. So there we are. Anyway, I'm going to have to go inside in a moment because I think this computer is going to run out of battery. Oh dear. I think we may be in the troubled zone of having to go inside soon, but we'll carry on for a moment. Or shall we go inside? I suppose it's better we go inside. It's ridiculous. I haven't got an adapter now that reach. Well, maybe I could get the adapter out here. Actually, just give me a moment. That's a good idea. Just give me a moment. I could possibly reach. Ah,
Where are you going, Beauty?
no, I've got to. If I can get the adapter out here, I can carry on. I can carry on. Yes, I can carry on out here. Better to be outside.
Mosquitoes are wild. Yeah. Well, they don't go near you, but they go all over. They bite me.
Right. I can do it out here. It'll reach. Aha. Right.
It's candles, gorgeous. They're my treasure.
Right, anyway, I'm going to carry on out here. It's easy. No, I can do it now here. Perfect. Oh, right. Okay, here I am again. I'm very sorry. Now I've got it plugged in. I've got the old device plugged in outside. This is excellent. Now we can carry on. So we were on to question. Right. We did the question on the rebirth, Jurassic World. Okay, as of 2025, what does Dr. Sick Limited offer? What does Dr. Sick offer? Um, who's the snitch gets a second point. So who's the snitch is now into in first place. Of course, sick notes. Dreadful sick notes that he offers for $29.99 online. Suspended doctor. He's disgusting. What a revolting man. Okay, with which sport was Barry Hills, the lovely Barry Hills, associated? But he died only this week. So Barry Hills. Matt Luke Ken can have the point. So you've got a second point. Horse racing. So Matt Luke Ken. Yes, Barry Hills was, of course, a famous natty dresser, horse racing, classic winning trainer, 3,000 plus winners. Um, he was involved with respectable skullduggery in mind, was the way he used to bet. He used to make a fortune in betting himself. So he was an amazing man, was old Barry. And I love Barry. So Barry was a great man. And I'm sorry Barry's gone. So we miss our Barry. Bazza, we'll miss you. Anyway, good old Barry. So, which actor in The Magnificent Seven said to Steve McQueen, if God has not meant them to be sheared, he would not have made them sheep? And he was a lovely man. I also had the pleasure of meeting once. I only ever met him once. He was also in The Birds, the Wall Street sequel. It wasn't Nora Batty, it wasn't Paul Newman, it wasn't Dustin Hoffman, it wasn't Neil Kinnock, it wasn't Charles Branson, but PIVW, whatever you're called, PIV, I'll just call you PIV, it's easier. Of course, it was Eli Wallach. Sorry about the screeching birds. The birds are wanting to join in again, so here you go. Here's a bit of your magical birds, the birds. No, it's run off. The minute it saw the camera, it ran away, didn't it? Naughty birds. You love the birds. The birds, the birds, the birds. And that's what Eli Wallach used to say. The birds. Woo. And he would go, woo. Here it is. It's Eli Wallach. So this bird is now named Eli Wallach. Eli, here comes Eli. Eli's coming to join me. Here you go. You've got a bit of Eli. Here you go. There's Eli on the lawn. Oh no, don't break my flowers, you naughty bird. Get out of the flowers, you stupid bird. No, it's attacking my flowers. Oh, no. My gardening, you don't go there. They're bonkers, these birds. Yeah, if it comes on my white shirt, it'll be a very nice thing, won't it? Anyway, let's carry on. We've got who's whatever in with 2 points. We've got Matt Luke with 2 points. So you're the leaders currently. Right. Okay. So we did the Eli Wallach correct question. The birds, the birds, the birds. So okay. Right. In which sport is Carlos Alcaraz associated? Carlos Alcaraz. This is an easy question. If you're not, Miss Marple gets the point. Well done, Miss Marple. Of course, it's tennis. So 1 point to Miss Marple. Obviously, the 2024 Wimbledon champion. What position did Hitler give to Albert Speer? Albert Speer. What was his position? What was his job? The Nazi who said sorry. So, what was his position? Joyce Grove, you can have the point. Joyce can have another point. So, the second point for Joyce, he was his architect. He was also Hitler's armaments minister. Nasty, nasty man, but he did say sorry. He was one of the ones that did say sorry. But really, is sorry the hardest word to say when you're a person like that? Absolutely appalling. In which year, starring Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor Johnson, did Bullet Train premiere? Bullet Train. It wasn't 1987. No, Aaron Johnson, he's like a child. No. Lois gets the point. Lois Petzold gets another point. 2022. Obviously, it was a comedy thriller, Assassins on a Train. Okay, as of 2025, what links the devious Duchess of Sussex, the Meghan Markle, and Bridgerton, the Republic of Tea company that produces. What links the Duchess of Sussex and the tea company? Lois Petzold gets the point. Of course, it's the Republic of Tea. It's the Republic of Tea. It's a company that makes the horrible tea that she sells. So that's a question about Megan Megain. I haven't called Samantha today, but I will call her later. Who had a hit in 2002 with Kiss Kiss? Who had a hit in 2002 with Kiss Kiss? It wasn't Cliff. It wasn't Mr. Lee Kicker. It wasn't Kylie. It was Holly Valance. So Matt Luke now has 4 points. Matt Luke is clearly in the lead. Matt Luke is winning this quiz. Of course, she is married to, well, for the moment, they're getting divorced. She's married to the Candy Man, whatever his ghastly name is, Nick Candy. And she's very involved with Nigel Farage and Reform. Anyway, it seems that she's had a bit of a falling out, a bit of a fisticuffs with a lovely hubby. So marriage is no more. So Holly Valance is back on the market. If anyone wants the old bag of wind, you're welcome to her. She's absolutely ghastly. One of the most ghastly people I've ever met. Appalling. Right. Who once said everything I've ever said will be credited to Dorothy Parker? It wasn't Jesus Christ. It wasn't Oscar Wilde. No. It wasn't Gene Pitney. It wasn't Worthy Parker. It wasn't Cliff Richard. It wasn't Brian Adams. It wasn't Fergie. You can't blame Fergie for everything. It wasn't Doris Day. It wasn't George Kaufman. It certainly was not Janet Ed Evans, and it certainly was not that revolting woman who cooks onions. It wasn't Churchill. It wasn't Margaret Thatcher. It wasn't Claire Mandel. No, it was definitely not Claire Mandel. It wasn't Dixie. I don't know. This Dixie, I'm bored of hearing about this bloody Dixie. Dixie, Dixie, bog off Dixie. It wasn't Debbie McGee. It wasn't Rusty Lee. It wasn't George Kaufman. It wasn't Bob Geldof. It wasn't Tom Parker. I don't know who he is. It wasn't David Bowie. It wasn't Words Fail Me. It certainly wasn't these seagulls, because they definitely are. All they do is squeal. They squeal for England. Or France, I suppose, given they're French. It wasn't Tony Blair. It wasn't Lady Min. It wasn't Madonna. It wasn't Martha Stewart. It wasn't Piers Morgan. You think that this Dixie is nice? Well, I don't know. It wasn't Muhammad Ali. It wasn't Oscar Wilde. We've had this repeatedly. Okay, well, you're not doing very well at this question. It's absolutely useless. It was not Janet Evans. No. So, it was George S. Kaufman. Anyway, never mind. You didn't get that. So he said, everything I've ever said will be credited to Dorothy Parker. So 0 points awarded, 0 points. And what is the name of the actress born in 1954 who is married to Sting? What is the wife of Sting called? You don't like the question. Okay. Okay. The first person to get it correct is Lois. So 3 points. The lowest is Trudy Styler. Somebody else did answer vaguely correctly, but spelt it incorrectly. I only accept correct spellings now. I've decided. What is the name of a female sheep? What is the name of a female sheep? Miss Marple gets the point. Well done, Miss Marple. Of course, it is a ewe. So Miss Marple now has 2 points. Well done, Miss Marple. You're not very inspectable tonight, Miss Marple. You're not quite up there yet with the leaders, but you're getting there. Okay, how many ingredients must a cocktail have? What is the minimum ingredient list for a cocktail? It is not 3. Jane O'Keefe gets it correct. Jane O'Keefe is the one who gets it. It is 2. Jane gets the point. Okay, Jane O'Keefe. So thank you, Jane. Okay, right. Your next question is right. Where am I up to? Right. The penultimate question: in which country was playing the air guitar invented in 1968? It wasn't France. No. Hatchie Hatchie can have it with England. Hatchie Hatchie. Hatchie gets the point. It was invented in England, yes, or Britain. Great Britain. Rupert's people. Miminize on Hampstead Heath. There we are. What is the final question? What is a taxi? 2 words, whose driver has been officially tested and licensed called. What is he called? A taxi driver who has been officially licensed and called. The first person to get it right is Chili Kareen. Chili Kareen gets a 2nd point. So our winner this evening is Matt Luke, who gets 4 points. Well done to Matt Luke. Matt Luke is the winner. Matt Luke. Well done, Matt Luke. Ooh, there you go. You got 4 points. And we also had respectable entrance from um, Lois with 3 points. Chili Kareen with 2 points. And all the others with 2 points and 1 point. But no, we had one winner. So there we go. Anyway, here we are at 1 hour and 29. So I'm being bitten by all these insects. Um, Probably soon time to go to bed. But have you any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Whilst we're sitting here, have you any more questions? My nose looks back to normal. Well, you can't really see it because it's stupid video, but it's much better than it was. But the nasty nav, yeah, we don't want him back. Um, yes, it is getting dark in the garden. The pain has gone down. It's not so bad. This evening is better than it was this morning, but there we go. Um, uh, any questions on any particular topics? I can talk about a few more topics for a few minutes. If not, I will move away. The Diddy verdict. Yes, we did discuss the Diddy verdict. How predictable. That's all I shall say. I think it's. I don't know. I'll have to read more about it in the morning, won't I? Once I, like every one of you, we've got to read all the judgments and see what we find. What was my first ever job? Well, when I was a child, I ran a paper round, and I didn't think I was very good at it, so I decided to subcontract it to all the other children in the neighborhood. I was a bit devious, so I started getting the other children to do it, and I ended up controlling the entire paper round. So there we are. There we go. Will I be tasting Megan's wine? I'm not planning on buying Megan's wine. I won't be buying any of it. And I don't think she's going to be sending me a gift of a box, is she? So I don't think that's going to happen. So let's be honest. I don't think I'll be getting a bottle of Megan's wine. Was I an adult as a child? Yes, I probably was. I had to grow up very quickly, and I used to do very strange things. I used to run away. I managed to get myself to Edinburgh once as a child and check into a hotel. Bad child. I was completely ridiculous. I will admit that I am a complete lunatic. Uh, be, but let's be having her. Yes, we don't like let's be. Letby. No, we've spoken about Letby this evening, my friend, Cult Television. Letby, well, never 10 charges. Innocent? Really? I want an apology from Nadine Dorris and Lord Sumption and lovely David Davis and Peter Hitchens and all the rest of them. Yeah, if you've supported a piece of scumbag, haven't you? Stupid bunch of people. But you, Nadine Dorries, you're the worst. You're revolting. Nadine Dorries. Nadine Dorries should say sorry. That's what I say to you, you absolute piece of rubbish. Yes, Lucy Letby is guilty, says Leslie. I agree. Well said. We hate Lucy Letby. We want Lucy Letby locked up for life, the child killing bitch. If she were black, you'd have all condemned her. It's racist. The racism, it's adverse racism, this weird support for this weird woman. She wrote letters saying she did it. She's creepy. She's cuckoo. She's away with the fairies. And those parents, there's something Freemason about them. There's something weird about them. I warn you, they are wicked. Not nice people. Have I ever seen a ghost? Of course I've seen a ghost. I'm a great believer in ghosts. And I've seen ghosts. And I don't think ghosts are actually bad things. When they come to you, I found a ghost that I met was very calming. So I'm actually not an anti-ghost person. Right. Are there ghosts where I am right now? I haven't seen a ghost here right now, but I don't know. I haven't seen one. You once saw a ghost in Greg's. Leslie S says, Letby admitted it in writing. Precisely. Letby said that she did it. She said she was evil and that she did it. Why would you write that if you didn't do it? Are you deranged? Lucy Letby is a monster. She is a child killing, evil freak. And the British population should not be conned by Nadine Dorries, Lord Sumption, Christopher Hitchens, Peter Hitchens, sorry. Christopher Hitchens was a decent man, sorry. Peter Hitchens and that awful Lord Sumption, who should shove themselves up their own bloody jumpers and bog off. Nadine Dorries, particularly, nasty Nadine. Nadine Dorries, shame on you. You're the worst of the lot. You're a right whinging windbag. You horrible old rat. You were one of the worst of the Conservative Boris Johnson head bangers. You're a complete nutcase. You're disgusting and you make me feel sick. You make me feel vomit induced. Can't stand you. I cannot stand the apologists for Lucy Letby. Lucy Letby. Nadine was obsessed with Boris Johnson. She was too. Elaine will say we have to agree to disagree on Lucy Letby. Well, you're entitled to your view. If you think that Lucy Letby is innocent, there are 10 more charges coming Lucy Letby's way. Lucy Letby is a murdering, monstering, child-killing bitch. And she's going to be charged with another 10 offences, hopefully. And that's what she deserves, because she's a murderer. And you really should stop apologizing for that person, but that's your choice. If you want to support a child killer, you go ahead. I don't want to, but you're entitled to your view. Of course, you think she's Mrs. Innocent. She isn't. Who is this Dixie? I'm bored of hearing about this bloody Dixie person. I don't know who Dixie is. No, I don't know. You like Nadine. No, if you like Nadine, you don't like me. So there we go. 3 of the bosses are going down with her. Well, good. If they were part of the whole thing, they should be sent down as well. No problem with that either. But she is as guilty as hell. She wrote the letters. We've all seen them. She's a liar. We don't like Lucy Letby, do we, lady men?
No, not at all.
Lucy Letby should rot in hell. Lucy Letby is one of the most vile, evil people on the planet. She's one of 4 people who've only been women who are considered to be kept in life forever for prison. And that's where she belongs. Her and Rosemary West and the likes of her, and that dreadful woman that went around with the knives who did the very bad things. I forget her name. Lucy Letby is a disgusting person. Why can't you people wake up, smell the fucking coffee, and realize that these poor parents have lost their children? Their children were taken away. These children could have contributed to the world. They could have been wonderful people for the world. And you sit there and go, "Oh, Lucy's innocent." Are you mad? That woman has taken away the lives of children who could have become wonderful adults, who could have become wonderful achievers. They could have invented something, or they could have just been lovely people. And you defend this woman just because she looks nice. She can't be guilty because she looks nice. Are you dim? Are you dumb? Were you born in a barn? Were you born on the funny farm? What is wrong with you? You're rotten in the head. You're absolutely stupid. It's terrible to listen to people saying that this woman could be anything other than what she is. She has been convicted, and those 7 families, they've had their children taken away from them. Why don't you have sympathy for the wonderful families who have lost their children? Do you realize how they must feel when you say the nasty words you come out with your mouth of Lucy Letby is innocent? Lucy Letby is a convicted criminal murdering monster. She's a child slaughterer. Grow up, wake up, smell the fucking coffee, you morons, because you are piling misery on victims. You are disgusting people, actually, and I don't like you. I don't like people who do that. It's absolutely wrong. Yes. Parents have been deprived of their children so Lucy Letby could crush on her favourite doctor. Precisely. Well said, Leslie. Well said, Leslie. I agree with Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Um, you need to step away from the insults. Oh, really? Well, what about stepping away from abusing the families of the dead children that Lucy Letby killed? Because Lucy Letby is a convicted murderer. I'm not making any statement other than the fact. She is a convicted serial killer. So you wake up and smell the coffee, you stupid fool. Don't you talk to me about how I should speak about Lucy Letby. Lucy Letby is a murderer and she's a convicted criminal. Those children were murdered by Lucy Letby. She is a convicted criminal serial killer. Can you understand that? Or are you a bit thick? So don't talk to me like that. How dare you? I support the victims. It's disgusting that you support that revolting woman. She is a convicted murderess. She's like Rosemary West. Are you going to defend Rosemary West and say she's innocent next? Seriously? What is wrong with you? Are you dumb? Were you born in a barn? Were you born on the funny farm? No, you're a total twit. I cannot stand these apologists for Lucy Letby. It's disgusting. Oh, now you're going on about Jeremy Bamber. Well, Jeremy Bamber is a different matter because Jeremy Bamber we have evidence that Jeremy Bamber's conviction is unsafe, so we defend him because he is somebody who's actually not got a. It's a different matter. But you love Lucy Letby, don't you? Oh, here you go, Lucy Letby lovers, the Lucy Letby lovers. Oh yes, here you go. Have a go at me over my Jeremy Bamber defense. No, Jeremy Bamber's case is unsafe. Read the Heidi Blake article. 18,000 words in the New Yorker. Just go and read it. Thank you. Don't need to talk to you anymore, you moron. Get off my channel. Get out of my pub, as they say. I don't need to hear. Yes, Leslie S. Lucy is guilty, and the upper management tried to cover for her as not to bring disrepute on the Countess of Chester Hospital. She is guilty. She's guilty as hell. Right. You think that we all have a right to an opinion. Okay. Well, you all have a right to an opinion. If you believe Lucy Letby is innocent, believe it. I will just tell you, you're not going to go get any agreement from me. Lucy Letby is a disgusting, repugnant, revolting, child slaughtering monster. She's evil. She's a bitch. She's a disgusting stain on humanity. And I think if there was still the electric chair, she should be in it. I would have her fried. Her and Rosemary West are on the same level. The pair of them should just fry. There's no point keeping them in jail because they're murderers. They're child murderers. That's disgusting. What revolting women would do that? Fry them. Yes. I will not stand for nonsense. So I will give my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, you have the right to bog off. Get off my channel. Get out of my pub, as they say. You know, sorry. The truth will come out, says Alfie's mum. Well, there you go. I don't know. Well, I know you don't like my views, but yeah, I would have her. I'd have Lucy Letby electric chair. Put her in an electric chair. She's disgusting. She murdered all those babies. It's disgusting. What's the point of keeping her in prison? Fry her. And Rosemary West. Yes. There are certain people who there's no point keeping in prison. When it's so obvious how evil they are, put them in, fry them. You think that I'm an extremist? Okay, well, fair enough. But there is too much doubt. There's no doubt in the case. She's about to be charged with another 10 offenses. The woman is a fucking killer. Lucy Letby is one of the most evil people on the planet. She must fry, I would say. But she won't be allowed to in England because we're too tolerant. We're so nice. So she'll get a nice, cozy little life in a little prison and have a lovely little time doing a cleaning job and a little benefits because she's a special prisoner. She can't be put near the other prisoners because they might attack her. Oh dear. Oh, for God's sake, Lucy Letby. Lynn says there is doubt. There is no doubt. She's going to be another 10 cases now. The woman's evil. Don't be so ridiculous. What a load of rubbish. It's amazing to hear how many of you are apologists for Lucy Letby. Lucy Letby is an evil woman, and I will speak out against Lucy, lascivious Lucy, the woman who couldn't cope with her life because mum and dad wouldn't allow her to have a boyfriend, and all the rest of her whinging and whining problems. She's disgusting. Anyway, that's Lucy Letby. Anyway, I think it's probably time to end this program because I don't need to go on any more about Lucy Letby. Lucy Letby needs to be removed from this planet. I say, I would, if there could be an execution, I would say bring back the death penalty for her. She's disgusting. She's one of the most revolting people on the planet. I cannot stand Lucy Letby. So I don't care what you think of me for having an opinion. I don't really agree with the death penalty generally because I think it's dangerous. But in her case, let her swing. She is disgusting. She's evil. She's a monster. She killed the babies of those poor people. What about them? Why don't you feel sympathy for them, you miserable pieces of rubbish? All of you whinging and whining in support of her. What's wrong with you? Are you mentally ill? Were you born in the funny farm? There's something wrong with you. How on earth could you defend a child killer? She wiped out those babies' lives. Those babies could have become wonderful adults. They could have become wonderful human beings, and they could have become all sorts of things. She took that away and she wrote letters about it. And you sit there defending her? Are you mad? What's wrong with you people? You disgust me. Actually, you make me sick. I'd rather you just clear off and leave my channel. Get out of my bar. Get out of my pub, as they say. I don't want people like you in my orbit because you make me feel very angry because it's disgusting. You're entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is revolting, and it's not the kind of opinion I want around in my orbit because those poor children have never grown up with their families because she killed them. So don't defend her and come on my channel. Get out of my channel. Get out of my room. Bog off and get out. Wouldn't you agree, lady men?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Get out of the room. We don't like Lucy Letby apologists. You have to get out of our room.
Child killer.
She's a child killing monster, and you should stop apologizing for her. And I don't want you in my orbit. Get out of my orbit. I don't want to spend time with people like you because you're obviously clearly mentally ill because you defend her. I would say she deserves the electric chair. That woman should be put to death.
Good for her.
She needs to go because prison is too expensive. It's costing a lot of money. Just fry the woman. Get rid of her. That's the best thing to do. Another 10 families are going to be
Right.
bringing charges against her, hopefully. You know, she's a she could be one of the most prolific serial killer of children ever known in this country. We had Dr. Harold Shipman, who obviously killed lots of pensioners. We obviously had other people who've been Rosemary West, but she will be one of the worst. She will be the worst child killer in the whole of Britain. And if the 10 children are added,
What's wrong with these people?
what is wrong with you for supporting her? Why would you support this awful woman? It's shameful. Would I like to be a judge? Well, no, I don't want to be a judge, but I'm just saying I don't like what she has done. I have a right to say it. You don't entitle us to your opinion. You insult us. Why don't you stick to your opinion and stick it up your jumper? Okay, well, you don't like me. If you don't like me, don't you have the right not to watch my program. So if you don't like me, bog off, fuck off, get off my program. I don't need you. I will say what I wish about Lucy Letby. Lucy Letby is a child killing monster, and I will not shut up about this. No, Nadine Dorries is wrong. Lord Sumption is wrong. David Davis is wrong. All of them are wrong. And I will speak. Oh, Lucy has a right. Oh, yes.
Even her parents are not supporting.
Her parents are appalling. They're weirdos. Oh, they do support her. Of course, they support her. Um, anyway, you are entitled to have differing views. I don't mind it, but I don't like the nonsense that is spouted in favour of Lucy Letby by half these people. Sorry. Lucy Letby is a child slaughtering monster. She has been convicted of killing 7 children, and she is a convicted criminal. She is a convicted murderer. And you go on here and attack me as if I'm some kind of monster for daring to say that she is a convicted criminal. She is a convicted child killer. The truth of the matter is, she was convicted in a court of law, and she is a murderer. And that is what she was found guilty of in a court of justice. So shut your mouths, shut your gobs. You are talking a load of rubbish. She's guilty. Until she's proven innocent, if she ever will be, which I don't believe she will, um, you are talking a load of horse shit. So shut your mouths, shut your gobs, and stop abusing me, because I am just simply telling one thing: the truth. The truth of the matter is Lucy Letby is a convicted criminal murderer. So don't try and tell me she's anything else, because she's guilty. She's been found guilty, and she is guilty. So you are ridiculous, you stupid people. She's a self confessed murderer, as PIWV says. Precisely. She wrote a note. She said, I am evil in her note. Right. Anyway, it's very nice of the nice people who've supported me, but the rest of you, honestly, if you really think that Lucy Letby is Miss Innocent, please just go and rod off. You're absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to say thank you very much and good night here now. I've had enough now. I can't deal with any more of this nonsense, because honestly, the amount of abuse I'm getting here is not very pleasant. It's not fair that you attack me, and it's just boring. It's absolutely boring to have to argue with morons. The village idiot is the village idiot. You are the village idiot, and you're worse than the village idiot. And I actually don't need to have the village idiot irritating me. Yeah, Lynn says, don't be offended by words. We're not woke. I agree with you. I'm not offended. I'm not offended by anybody. I don't care about what these silly people say. They're just stupid. but it's boring to have to argue against morons. And all I'm getting here is a load of rubbish. All the comments are rubbish, stupid comments. Um, I just say, you are entitled to support Lucy Letby. If you so wish to support a child murdering monster who murdered 7 babies and probably 17, you are a really nice person, aren't you? You're a class act, whoever you are. Well done for supporting a baby massacring monster, Lucy Letby, Lucy Let Helby, daughter of two freaks. Um, Strange little woman who writes weird letters saying, I am evil. Um, you are entitled to do that. I wish you well in your endeavor. It's very nice for you to support Lucy Letby, the murderer of 7 babies, possibly 17 babies, and, the wrecker of 17 children's who could have been wonderful people in their respective lives. They could have done all manner of things, but you support the murderer, Lucy Letby. You're a right bunch of class, aren't you? So don't bother coming back to my channel again tomorrow. I don't want you here. I don't want to know you. I don't want to hear from you. I'd rather you fuck off. You bloody awful people. You're disgusting. You're pigs. You're just revolting. How dare you? How dare you insult those poor families? Shame on you. You're revolting. You make me feel sick. I'm very angry with you people. Horrible, horrible people. But thank you to all the lovely, lovely people who've joined in tonight. Otherwise, we've had a lovely time otherwise until we got to Lucy Letby. Once we got on to Lucy Letby, it became a total disaster area because these pigs join in and they all go mad and they want to tell me how wonderful Lucy is, and oh, lovely Lucy, oh yes, oh, lovely Lucy. No, lovely Lucy is not lovely Lucy. She's revolting. She's ridiculous. She's appalling. She's sick. She's disgusting, and she's a stain on humanity. And I will not be bullied by anybody. I speak out the truth, and I will continue to say it till the cows come home. Lucy Letby is an evil, child massacring murderess. She is a monster and she's the most revolting person on the entire planet. She is worse than Rosemary West. Anyway, I say thank you very much to you all. Thank you very much for joining in. We've had a lovely time other than talking about this particular topic. But I say I thank you all for your lovely participation. You've been fabulous. Lady Min has enjoyed the evening. And we've all enjoyed the evening. And we say thank you very much to you all. And we say thank you, good night, and pip pip. Good night. Bye bye.